my soul is tormented by succubus. Calling sis, pencil dripping from the way I spit. Fell in love with this, sis got music, now she in my grips. Wanna take a sip of her only sign says sits. No questions asked, always lent, only smash. Trying up my sis got team, get a foot off in your ass.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Mystifine, and I know it's been over a year since I've last uploaded, but today I have a really quiet environment, so I want to take advantage of this and create a video. So today I'll be teaching you guys how to make a squiggly line that will end up looking somewhat like lightning. Now, if you ever played any magic game that has lightning magic or something similar, I'll basically be teaching you guys how to do that. So I'm going to head into studio. So the very first thing we're going to do is get two parts, because what we want to do is we want to have 2 points to create the lightning in. And this is going to be really useful because normally in your world you want, like when you're creating the lightning, it may be for magic or maybe for something else, but you want to basically have a start position and an end position. So we're going to name these parts differently. One's going to be called part 1, the other one's going to be called part. This way we can distinguish the difference between the two. And the next thing you're going to do is add a module script. It doesn't matter where, but it's up to you. If you decide to put it in somewhere the client can see, that means you plan to create the effect on the client. But if you just want it on the server, then just leave it in the server. So inside here, I'll be teaching you how to use a module, all right? But inside here, we're going to create a function. So we're going to create a function called create lightning, all right? And we're going to have the arguments of start position, end position, and then these segments, because we want to be able to say how many different points we want and stuff like that. So the first thing I'm gonna do is show you guys the points, because I feel like this is really important, because it displays the thinking of how to do something, or just the general idea of what you can do to achieve something. So I want to really show you guys that. So to do that, I'm going to start by making a loop. So we're going to loop to the number of segments, all right, because this is basically generating the points. And so I forgot to mention, but you're also going to need a point block. So we're going to use this. It's going to be called lightning. All right, and you're just going to color this to something blue and neon so it looks like lightning. And then you just want to maybe set the size to 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. All right, and then you're going to put this somewhere you can access it. In this case, I want it in the module script, so it's for the sake of ease of access. I'm going to turn can collide to false, because if this was an ability, I don't want the player to be flinging all over the place after using this ability. So we're going to go ahead and clone the lightning piece. Now you can also instance this, but I don't suggest doing that. I suggest having a piece ready, because it's much more work to instance something and set the properties when you can just clone it. So we're going to just position this. Now this is the part where some people may have trouble with, which is the positioning. So we're going to start off simple. We're going to start at the start position, obviously, and then we're going to add. All right, so the issue with this is position is not relative to any part. So in this case, it will always be in the X, Y, or Z axis. So to find the direction we want to go in, we can take the end position and subtract it by the start position and do dot unit on it. And what it does is it's going to turn it into a vector that's only one stud, and then you can multiply this vector. In this case, you would take the end position minus start position, and then do dot magnitude. Now what this value is, this is the distance between the 2 points. So the distance between these 2 points we're going to be using, and this is the direction, right? So we got the direction, we got the distance. Now we want to find the length. So the length would be the distance over the number of segments, right? Now you may notice something off in this formula, because what's happening is these values will always stay the same. They don't change. Now the good thing is we have a loop here with I, which actually changes its value and also represents what point we're currently on. So let's go ahead and utilize that by multiplying I in there as well. This way we can multiply based on what position we're in, and then we're just going to parent the lightning to the workspace. Alright, so what we're going to do next is to use the module. Now you may notice this is not going to run. Alright, even if you try to run the function right under here, it's not going to work. Alright, you're going to need a functioning script. Alright, if you want it on the client, then you can put it in replicated storage, the module script that is, and then require it from there. But in this case, I'll show you. So local module equals require game.serverstorage.module script. All right, this is actually a lightning module. You can call it lightning module so you can easily identify it. All right, so the reason how this is going to work is it's going to grab the contents of this script, and because this here is a table, right? And then what happens is we created a function inside that table, and then we return the table, meaning that we're returning everything here, right? So then this is equivalent to the table, and what we can do is module.createLightning. As you can see, it automatically appears, right? Create lightning using two positions. So we're going to now use the parts that we've added previously. All right, and then we're going to put something like 10 because let's say I wanted 10 segments. So we're gonna run the game just to show you guys what's going on. So you might have noticed that we have a linear line of dots or points, and basically these are going to represent our lightning, and we're going to connect the dots. But before we do that, it's a straight line, so we don't want that. All right, we want something more unique, more lightning-like. So this is where the offset comes in. So we're going to add an offset. All right, so local offset. So it's really important to keep it inside the loop because you want the offset to be random for every single point. All right, this is every single point. If you put it outside, it's going to stay the same, and you're just going to have a linear line at a different offset. All right, and we're going to go ahead and do vector3.new 1 1 1, and then we're going to be changing the ones. All right, so math.random. So let's say -2 to -2. We're going to do the y-axis. I want -2 to -2. This one I want 1 to 1. Now obviously you guys can change this. All you need is some sort of random number generator. You can be using random.new and then using next number or next integer if you want, but it's really up to you. But I'm going to keep this video simple and quick. All right, so we're gonna have an offset now, and we're just going to be adding the offset. So we're going to add the offset, and I'm going to set these two parts invisible or semi-transparent so that you guys can see what's going on. So as you can see, we have much more random points now. All right, this is what we more or less want because it's going to go from that point like that. All right, now the y offset's really large, that's why it's more up and down, so we can change that later. But you might have noticed that the start position and the end position have moved due to the offset, so we want to keep these at the same position regardless of the offset. So let's go ahead and make a table. So we're gonna call these points because we're not gonna actually have parts. All right, that's really bad. We want to have points. So the points, we're going to do points, number of points plus 1. So we're basically saying the number of points. So starting at 0 points plus 1 is 1. So points 1 is equivalent to this position. All right, let me grab that real quick. The mouse decides to work. There we go. Okay, so we have points now. We're gonna log that. Now one thing here is we want to go ahead and actually, you know what, I messed up. We're going to put the position up there. All right, and then we're going to basically check something. So if I equals to 0 or I equals to segments. Now what I'm doing here is I'm just saying if we're at the start point or the end point, then offset equals vector3.new 0 0 0, because we want to keep that point, all right, to where we specified it. This is going to keep the offset still, and you're going to be able to see the results. All right, so in this case I'm going to change this line as well because I'm going to change it to position. All right, and we're going to remove the offset off of the position, so we can do position plus offset. because the offset value is changing here, and this goes through all of this before finally reaching this line. And then over here I'm also going to do position plus offset, because later on we're going to be deleting this portion. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what's going on. So you can see now that the points, the end position and start position, are always within the part. All right, that's exactly what we want. And at this point, we can delete the portion, but you might want to randomize it a bit more, or you might want to tinker with the offset. Again, you can add arguments of your own and choose your own offsets. So these two are awfully close. All right, but all right, this is gonna work out. This is just a simple squiggly line. So now we have this. All right, we can delete this now because we see the visual points, and this is going to be equivalent to these. And outside, we're going to loop through the points. So for I equals 1 to the number of points due. All right, so for the total amount of points in there, which is around 11, I think, even though we specified 10, but that's fine. We're going to, this is where the actual lightning comes in. So local lightning equals to script.lightning clone, lightning.size equals vector3.new 0 0, and now this here might get a little tricky. I'm gonna keep this at 1 for now. All right, but what you want to do is specify something. So if points I plus 1 is not equal to nil, then so what this line does is it's saying if the next point exists, meaning that this way it won't error when we get to the last point. But if the next point exists, then what we want to do is we want to get the distance between the 2 points. All right, so we're going to do points I minus points I plus 1. So the difference between this point and the next point, and we want to get the distance. All right, and this is going to help us determine the length of the lightning. All right, and we're gonna press enter, and then we're going to finally C-frame this. All right, so we're going to C-frame this to cframe.new. We're going to C-frame it to points I plus 1 over 2. So what this is doing is we're going to add the 2 points and then get the center point. All right, so by doing that, we add this point and the next point, and then we just divide it by 2 to get the center. And then we want to look at the next point. So you want to put points I plus 1 there, because when you put the point, it might look straight vertical, and then the second argument will allow you to tilt the orientation of this lightning to look at the next point. So we're going to parent this to game.workspace, and then we're going to run this. All right, so that's a little odd. You can see that the lightning bolts are over here. They seem to be in somewhat right condition, but not completely right. So we're gonna go ahead and fix that. I think it might be due to this. So we're gonna, all right, one thing, we're gonna make the lines a little thicker. All right, and then we're going to, I think points, we're going to put these in brackets. And then we're going to, let's see, I think what might be the issue is, all right, position plus offset. All right, so we're gonna run this again. Not sure if that will fix the issue. Probably not. All right, they're just thicker now, and they're all looking. Okay, one thing I've noticed is they're pretty much all looking at some here. I think it might be the C-frame. Chances are it probably is the C-frame. So let's go ahead and edit the C-frame. We're going to, oh yeah, okay, so I did do the math wrong. I've just noticed. So we need to add first and then divide. So what's happening is it's dividing first, which is not what we want, because math, bed math. And we're gonna run this again. This should be fixed now. This small error. All right, so we do have something like this now. You can see it looks squiggly. All right, it looks like what it needs to look like. All right, and this is only 1, so it might look a bit artificial, but trust me, it'll look fine in game. Now, The size is a little too thick. Again, you can change it by simply just changing these two numbers. All right, and that's pretty much it. So now to use this, I'm going to be showing you guys. You're gonna want to put it in the model, because chances are you want to get this, right? And then you want to, let's say, destroy it. So it'd be handy to have it inside a model, all right? And then return the model. So give us the model in the other script. So we're going to parent this to game.workspace, and then we're going to go ahead and set the lightning parent to model, all right? And then we're going to return the model, all right? So this is what we have, and now we have the model. So I'm gonna show you how to get that. So what happens is local model equals to this. So this model is equivalent to our lightning now. And I'm going to put this to use to show you guys what you can do with it, because it may look a little lame. So I want to show you guys what you can do with this to create some cool effects. So I'm going to be using tween service, obviously, and I'm going to put this in a new thread. And if you don't know about threads, that's fine for now. I plan to make a tutorial on how to script, like just generally script, but I haven't been able to due to the noises in my family. And yeah, so I really do hope I do get the chance, but chances are in the future when I do move out, I will get the chance to create more videos at ease without having to, you know, do a lot of editing, because it's really hard. The last couple edits I've been crashing. So yeah, so all right, so we're gonna put infinite loop here, but before you guys, one thing, do not do this. All right, do not do this, okay? Because this is not good for your game. It's not performance. It's not good for performance. Not friendly. All right, don't do this. This is just to show you what you can be doing with this. So we're going to do for part in pairs model get children do. So we're going to get every piece inside the lightning. This is why it's really handy. We're going to do local fade equals tween service create part tween info.new. So in 0.2 seconds, all right, and then you guys can edit the everything else. So let's say sign, all right, and then we want the transparency set to 1, all right, and then we're going to do fade, do something like fade play, and then fade destroy, and then we're going to after 0.2 seconds, so we're going to do game get service debris add item model 0.2, and then we're going to just copy this portion, all right, and we're going to paste it like 3 times, I'd say, and then we're going to have a little bit of delay for this one and this one. This way you can see some cool stuff. So this is just how you can use it. It's not how you have to use it, but you guys can do whatever you want. So you can see here it's lightning, all right? It looks pretty cool. You can definitely use this for something. But yeah, so this is how you create a lightning inside of Roblox, or you can call it a squiggly line if you want. But in the end, you can do something cool like this. So hopefully this tutorial has helped you. And again, I'm sorry for not uploading. It's not because I don't have time. Well, actually, that's partially the issue, but it's also because of the family background noise. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me in Discord. I am always on Discord and I'm totally available. And yeah, so hopefully I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye.